What I do, lace up my shoes, chase W's, grape colored coops. Uno, no, I can't be number 2. MVP, the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab.
Coach, thanks very much. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Go. Lady! I'm here all day. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the give, running right is Howard. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Wentz. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, who is this guy? He's special. He's hit. Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special and tough. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 2nd and 5 now. Cousins out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Cousins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Past the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Let's go.
Vikings, nothing.
Later tonight, we have more football. Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
2nd and a yard at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Trying the right side with Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go, back. Ready? 2 jet. Off the screen. Can't find 7.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now Out comes Minnesota. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Looking to throw on second down. Cousins. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw is Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Cousins. Forced out to his left. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead is swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's now 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Cousins now. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
36. 40, 82, 40.
To throw, it's Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Switch up.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Watch the run. Zebra. Crunch.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Hey, Mike 51.
Throwing is Cousins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And some space here. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
From the 27, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
58 to Mike, 58.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Oh, what a move. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And some room to work. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. On first, they go right back to Howard. And he's got some space here. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you see.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Pressure comes. comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, the Vikings right now, they've got the passing game working. It's another first down. To throw, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Brandon Graham picks up his second sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Cousins to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a fourth down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Cousins on fourth down. And that's caught by Smith. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Herb Smith Jr., his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A give to Howard running left. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And some room to run now. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On second down now, it's Howard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. On third down, they turn to Sanders, and he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 18.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Throwing, Cousins, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They'll get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Brandon Graham in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on third down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. On first and 10, it's Sanders. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Eagles, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they taste defeat for the first time this season.